All right, how about now? Let's try that again. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know in the chat box if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. Woo! There we go. Awesome. It always wants me to hit that refresh, I swear. All right, so hi guys, welcome to Fitter and Faster Fuel. I'm Cierra Runge. Today we are making hard-boiled egg BLTs. So I love a good BLT. I love bacon, lettuce, tomato. This is a version of it. My little spin on it. So what we're gonna need today is we're gonna do eggs. You're gonna need spinach instead of your lettuce, turkey bacon instead of real bacon, and tomato. We're not subbing out the tomato because that's good on its own. So the benefits of this are a lot. So what we'll do is we'll go through all the nutrients, roadmap for today. Nutrients. We'll start cooking, and then we'll do some Q&As, some questions, question answers, whatever you guys want to shoot at me. For that one, any questions you wanna shout out, we'll do, and then that'll be it. So let's get started, shall we? So what we're working with today is this is a very, 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 very simple recipe. Bella, if you do not like tomato, you can leave it out. It's totally up to you. If you don't like turkey bacon, you can do normal bacon. However, this is why turkey bacon is good. So turkey bacon is actually good for your lean protein, and it has less fat than your normal pork bacon. I almost said protein. Your normal pork bacon. So it's less fat than traditional bacon, and is a good source of your lean protein. And protein is good, as we know, for rebuilding and replenishing your muscles, and making sure that when you guys are beating your muscles up, when you're doing a big workout, hard workouts, it's really important to get your protein in very fast right after your workout so that your muscles can use it to build up the protein, or build up your muscles with the protein, and that way you guys can get stronger and recover faster. Another protein-packed food is, ooh, they're rattling around, and I did this and like almost cracked my raw egg. We don't want that yet. Yeah, it's a little cracked. It's fine. It's fine. So next thing is eggs. So eggs are one of my favorite things to eat. They have a pretty much every little thing you could ever need in one egg. Lots of protein, and they're one of the most nutritious foods actually on the planet. So that's really, really cool that this little thing has pretty much every nutrient that you need, and it's a great source of protein. So eggs are one of my favorite things to have in my fridge at all times. Next ingredient is our spinach. So I'm using just spinach you can find at the grocery store. If you have fresh, like if you have a garden out back and you're growing spinach, that's great. But just using spinach instead of iceberg lettuce, it's still giving you the same texture as that lettuce, but it's going to pack more nutrients into your body. A general rule of thumb is that the darker the leaf, the more vitamins and minerals and all the goodness for your body is in it. So iceberg lettuce, is a little paler, doesn't have as much color, which means that it doesn't have as much nutrient as spinach might. So spinach also has good plant-based iron. I like to have salads with it. It's very versatile. You can do whatever you want with it. Pretty much you can put it in smoothies. You can put it in our nice cream that we did. You can do it in your egg cups that we also did a couple months back. It's been a while. But I like to sub out my spinach for the iceberg lettuce just because it's more nutritious and more nutrient dense. And that's meaning that there's more nutrients in it per, how much you're eating. Last thing is our tomatoes. I just have these little, they're not cherry tomatoes, but they're pretty close. They're on the smaller side. You guys can use a normal big tomato. Again, if you guys have a garden, use a tomato from your garden. Those are always good. If you don't like tomato, you can leave it out. But tomatoes have carbs and simple sugars that provide you with energy and also are packed with vitamins that your body can use and apply to your body so that it, fuels it and rebuilds it. So I like to have these as a snack, as a lunch. After practice, they're good. But they're a good little grab and go. If you guys have toothpicks, that's helpful to have too on hand because they tend to roll because they're eggs. So when you cut them in half and you got to stack them like a sandwich, it helps to have a toothpick if you're going to take them on the go or whatever your plan is with them, just so that it's more sandwich-like. Last little ingredient, I didn't list it, but baking soda, you're not going to put it in your little BLT, but it does help keep your shell from sticking to your eggs. If you guys have ever done hard-boiled eggs, you know that sometimes it is a pain to get the egg shells off your eggs. And so that's actually a little secret that I like to use to put in the water, your boiling water, when you hard boil your eggs. You put that in there, you boil it, and then it helps take the shell off. So let's get started, shall we? All right, time to cook. Here we go. All right, so here's my little setup. I have all my ingredients right here. And this is very minimal effort, everyone. This is like one of the simplest things I've ever made, and I love it. And it's super easy to just put together, throw together, and take with you or eat it right there. Up to you. So we're going to start off with, because our eggs are going to be our longest thing that takes to cook. So to hard boil eggs, I have about 5 cups of water in here. And I like to so you put your eggs in the cold water, not ice cold, but it can be room temperature, but you don't want it to be boiling yet. So we're going to put all our eggs in here, and then we're going to crank up the heat. And so what you're going to do is you're going to time when the water begins to boil and roll. So when the eggs are kind of doing a little dance, doing shimmying and stuff, you're going to go 12 minutes from when your eggs start to dance and boil, because that'll get you a good hard-boiled egg, and that's what we want for this recipe. I'm also going to sprinkle in a little bit of baking soda. I put in about 1.5 teaspoons. It doesn't affect the flavor at all. It just helps with peeling the shells. So that's a little tidbit for you on how to get your hard-boiled eggs to not stick like crazy. The next cooking thing is our turkey bacon. So I have 2 slices here. I'm going to do 3 eggs, 2 slices of bacon. But what I'm going to do with my bacon is I'm going to cut it up in a way that when I put it on like the egg, it's about the same length as the egg. And then we're going to cook it to your desired crispiness. So I have my pan right here on about medium heat. Depends on how crunchy or crispy you like your bacon. So we're looking at probably 1 inch long. Ooh, didn't cut all the way there. Probably about 1 inch long turkey bacon. So I'm going to just slice those real quick. And these turkey bacon, you can layer it up. It depends on how much bacon you like. Ooh, that's already toasty. Look at that. So we're going to put our turkey bacon in and let it get nice and crispy. Oh, that's hot. And let that get nice. Woo. Oh, we're snap, crackling, popping like Rice Krispies over here. All right. So while that cooks, I'm just going to let that cook out because I like mine for this. I like it to be a little bit crispier than floppier. Some people really like floppy bacon. Some people like crispy bacon. I'm kind of an in-between gal myself, but you just cook it pretty much until you are satisfied with the level of crispiness. You guys can find all of my past recipes and my past webinars on fitterandfaster.com. If you click on the live, online live classes, they should have them kind of stockpiled in there for you guys. So if you guys need those recipes, they should be on that webinar link and that online link. So fitterandfaster.com has all of them, guys. If you just go on there, they're free to look at, free to watch. They're just sitting on there and all that good stuff. All right. So, gotta stick out your tongue sometimes when you're flipping your bacon. All right, so here we go. I got my bacon all flipped up for the most part. Getting crispy. So while that is crisping up, we're going to do our eggs. Okay? So I actually did a little TV magic for you. Ta-da! More eggs. So I hard boiled some eggs just so that we didn't have to wait for these because they take, remember, when the eggs boil, right, when they start to dance, it's 12 minutes after that. So once we get our 12 minutes after that, I'm gonna do this, then we're good to go. All right, so turkey bacon is crisping and splattering me with oil. Careful with the oil, everyone. Sometimes turkey bacon and bacon in general can splatter. And that is not fun to deal with because it hurts. So I'm going to peel my eggs. All right. So you want to make sure you get all the egg white off. Or egg white. All the shell off. You want the egg white. All right. So we got one egg here. And of course I didn't do my trick earlier. So now it's going to come off in my hand. But when you guys do the little trick, it will help the eggshell not get stuck. So we're just going to give this a peel. And the egg, everyone, a lot of the protein is found in the egg white, but all of the nutrients, most of the nutrients are in the yolk. I know there's some people that go back and forth about having a yolk or not having a yolk. This bacon is getting crispy. All right. One moment. So everybody, there's some debate about the yolk. The yolk actually has a lot of the nutrients that we want out of this recipe. So I like to have having my yolk in whenever I eat eggs. So I'm a very big pro yolk person, but the shell should just peel off with the baking soda, which I forgot to do, and now I'm really regretting it, but you live and you learn. So we've got our slightly mutilated eggs. They'll be better if you put the good stuff, the baking soda, in there. So next we're going to put these over here in our little plate holding all of our ingredients. We're going to take our tomatoes. And we're going to do some thinner slices, all right? So, because you want it to be like a sandwich, I'm going to take off the top little nubbin, like where the stem is. You want to make sure you take that off on both of them. And then you're just going to do slices, okay? So you're just going to take it and give it a slice so that it's like a little medallion so that it goes on a sandwich. And these smaller ones are actually helpful because we have small eggs. Because if you get a big beef, like a beef steak, if you get like the big tomatoes, sometimes you'll have issue with it, the size fitting and all that stuff. All right, so now that we have our tomatoes, our bacon, our eggs done, and then we've got our lettuce, which doesn't need any help, we're going to cut our eggs in half. Okay. So cut our eggs in half. So you're going to keep the yolk in it. Yolk. Sometimes I pronounce it weird. Yolk. You're going to pronounce it. You're going to cut these in half like sandwiches. So they're acting like your buns, pretty much, or your bread or whatever is working with that. So you're going to be using that. And this is where the toothpick comes in really handy is you're going to take the bottom, if you want to slide, I'm going to cut actually a little sliver off here just so it stands up for me a little bit more. But, and I'm going to eat the white, but that's going to act as your base. So how I like to do it, I like to go tomato, and see, you guys can see how my egg acts as that. My tomato just kind of slides on there. crispy bacon, turkey bacon. Gonna put that on there. Okay. And then take a couple leaves of my spinach. Okay. You build it like a sandwich. So then we got the top of our egg, which is our little top. And look at that. Look how cute. Look at the cute little egg. It's a little sandwich. And this is super protein packed, everyone. Like this is awesome. And if you want to put some salt on these, that also will add a little bit of flavor on there. Totally up to you. I didn't cut the bottom off this one, and now I'm regretting it. Here we go. Hold on. We'll get there. Oopsie. But it's totally up to you. If you guys have toothpicks, you want to use that. But it is helpful. So we got our turkey bacon. I'm going to taste some bacon. But you guys can see how this adds a bunch of protein to your diet. It's super helpful for after practice. You get your colors, you get your tomato and your greens, and you get the protein from the egg and the turkey bacon. And look at that. We got a bunch of little mini egg BLTs. So let's give it a taste, shall we? That's awesome. Because you get the crunch from the bacon. It tastes like a BLT, but then it also has that added hard-boiled egg factor on it. That's a good little snack, guys. I really like this for a snack. Again, protein, massive protein hit. You get your colors from your tomatoes and your bacon. You get the crunch, or tomatoes and your spinach. You get the crunch from the bacon and more protein from that. There's very little fat. Lots and lots of protein, lots of nutrients in here. So highly recommended that you all give it a try. So now if you guys have any questions on substitutions, on anything that you guys want to try, go ahead. This is going to be my last session for a while. So if you have any questions about old recipes and new recipes, please put that in the chat box. And I will go from there. So hit me up in the chat box and we'll start doing some question and answers, all right? Ooh. That was probably too big of a bite, right? All right. Anybody have any questions for me? William, you can find the recipes on fitterandfaster.com. And you can rewatch them as much as you want. They should be on there. And if you look for the live classes, they should have Fitter and Faster Fuel on there. So just look up Fitter and Faster Fuel, hard-boiled egg BLTs, or whatever recipe you are wanting. So it looks like that might be it for questions. The file below is downloaded and downloadable. So give that a download if you want the recipe to this wonderful, amazing snack and fueling snack. And if that is all from you guys, it was so much fun cooking with you guys. I will hopefully see you soon. I'm taking a little break just because I'm going to be doing some in-person clinics. So if you guys live in some areas that I'm doing clinics, it'd be awesome to meet you. So hop on some of those. But in the meantime, my name is Cierra Runge, and this is Fitter and Faster Fuel. Bye, everyone.